My name is Patricia Robinson. I'm 65 years old, and 3 weeks ago I became what the internet calls savage when I taught my 32-year-old daughter Keisha a lesson about respect, social media, and the importance of never underestimating your mother's capacity for strategic revenge. But let me start at the beginning, because this story is about more than just me posting embarrassing baby pictures online. It's about generational respect, about the difference between being technologically savvy and being wise, and about why you should never, ever assume your mother doesn't know how to use Instagram just because she asks you to show her how to post a picture. I've been on social media for about 5 years now. I joined Facebook initially because my sister Denise kept saying, "Pat, everyone's on Facebook. How else am I supposed to share pictures of the grandkids?" So I signed up, figured out the basics, and started enjoying seeing family photos and keeping up with old friends from high school. Then came Instagram. My son Marcus set it up for me about 3 years ago. "Mom, Instagram is for photos. It's like Facebook, but simpler. Just pictures and short captions." That sounded manageable. So I started posting pictures of my garden, my cooking, occasionally my grandchildren when their parents gave permission. I'm not what you'd call an influencer. I have maybe 200 followers, mostly family, friends from church, some people I went to school with. I post a few times a week. Nothing fancy, just my life. My daughter Keisha, on the other hand, is what they call a content creator. She has 47,000 followers on Instagram. She posts every single day, sometimes multiple times. Her entire life is documented online. What she eats, where she goes, what she wears, her opinions on everything from politics to which mascara is best. She's built a whole business around it. Companies send her products to review. She makes money from sponsored posts. She speaks at conferences about building your personal brand and authentic engagement. I'm genuinely proud of her success. She's carved out a career in a field that didn't exist when I was her age. She's financially independent, creative, hardworking. But somewhere along the way, Keisha developed an attitude about technology and social media that's been rubbing me the wrong way for months. It started small. Little comments here and there. "Mom, you can't just post a picture without editing it first. You need filters. Mom, your captions are too long. Nobody reads paragraphs on Instagram. Mom, you're using the wrong hashtags. That's not how hashtags work." I'd smile and nod and continue doing things my way, because, honestly, I wasn't trying to become famous. I was just sharing pictures with people I knew. But the comments got more frequent and more condescending. At a family barbecue last month, I was showing my sister Denise how to post a photo to Instagram. Keisha walked over, watched for about 30 seconds, and said, "Mom, that's not how you do it. Here, let me show Aunt Denise. You're just going to confuse her." She took my phone right out of my hand. "Keisha, I know how to post a picture," I said calmly. "You know the basics," she corrected. "But there's a difference between posting a picture and posting content. Aunt Denise, let me show you the right way." The right way. Like there's only one correct method for sharing a photo with your friends. Then 2 weeks ago, we were at my granddaughter Aria's 5th birthday party. It was a beautiful party balloons, a princess theme, all of Aria's little friends running around having the time of their lives. I was taking pictures with my phone, capturing moments to share with family members who couldn't make it. At one point, I stepped back to get a wide shot of the whole party, and Keisha literally stepped in front of me. "Mom, you're in my shot," she said, annoyed. "I'm taking a picture for Grandma Jean," I said. "She couldn't come because of her hip." "Well, I'm filming content for my followers. This party is going to make great engagement. Can you just wait until I'm done?" "Keisha, this is your daughter's birthday party, not a photo shoot." "It's both," she said. Like this was obvious. "This is literally my job, Mom. I need good content." I moved out of her way, but I was frustrated. Your own child's birthday party shouldn't be content. It should be a party. But the breaking point came last week. I'd posted a picture on Instagram of my garden. I grow tomatoes, peppers, herbs. It's something I love doing. And the garden was particularly beautiful that day. I posted the picture with a caption about how satisfying it is to grow your own food and how it connects me to my grandmother, who taught me to garden when I was young. I used a few hashtags: number gardening, number homegrown, number grandma's garden. Keisha commented on the post, "Mom, this is sweet, but you really don't understand how social media works. Nobody wants to read a whole essay in the caption, and those hashtags aren't going to help you reach anyone. If you want me to teach you how to properly use Instagram, I'm happy to help." The smiley face at the end felt particularly patronizing. Several of my friends commented defending me. "I loved reading about your grandmother, Pat. Your garden is beautiful. Who cares about hashtags? Keisha, your mother's post was lovely just the way it is." But Keisha responded to each of them. "I know you all mean well, but there's a right way and a wrong way to use these platforms. I do this professionally. I'm just trying to help Mom improve her engagement." I didn't respond, but I was angry, not just at the public correction, but at the underlying message that I was doing it wrong. That my way of sharing my life with people I care about was inferior because I wasn't trying to reach strangers or build engagement. That evening, Keisha called me. "Mom, I hope I didn't hurt your feelings with my comment." "You did, actually." "Well, I wasn't trying to. I'm just trying to help you understand social media better. You're on these platforms, but you're not really using them correctly." "Keisha, I'm using them exactly how I want to use them, to share pictures with family and friends. But you could be doing so much more. You could be building a following. Your cooking is amazing. You could be a food influencer. Your garden could be content. You're sitting on all this potential and just wasting it because you don't understand how these platforms work. Or maybe I understand perfectly well and choose to use them differently than you do. Mom, no offense, but you're 65. You didn't grow up with technology. This is what I do for a living. I think I know a little more about it than you do." There it was, the core of the issue. She thought that because I'm older, I couldn't possibly understand technology. That her way was the right way, the only way. And my way was just me being old and confused. "Keisha, I'm going to say this once. I understand social media just fine. What you don't understand is that there are different ways to use it, and not everyone needs to be an influencer. Some of us just want to share our lives with people we love. That's fine, Mom, but then don't complain when you get no engagement." "I'm not complaining about engagement. I'm complaining about you publicly correcting me and acting like I'm an idiot who needs to be taught." "I wasn't calling you an idiot. I was offering to help. Help that I didn't ask for, Keisha. On a public post, in front of everyone we know." She sighed. "You're being sensitive. I was just trying to be helpful." And she hung up. I sat there for a long moment, staring at my phone. Being sensitive. Like my feelings about being publicly patronized by my own daughter were unreasonable. That's when I made a decision. Keisha thought I didn't understand social media? Fine. I was about to show her exactly how well I understood it. I went to my photo albums, not the digital ones on my phone, but the actual physical albums in my closet, the ones filled with pictures from when Keisha was a baby, a toddler, a kid, a awkward preteen, a melodramatic teenager. I spent the next hour going through albums and selecting pictures. Not just any pictures, specific ones. There was Keisha at age 3, sitting on the potty with the biggest smile on her face, giving a thumbs up. Keisha at age 5, missing her 2 front teeth, with chocolate cake smeared all over her face. Keisha at age 7, after she'd decided to cut her own hair and ended up with a truly tragic haircut that we had to fix at a salon. Keisha at age 10, dressed as a butterfly for the school play, but mid-sneeze, so her face was all scrunched up. Keisha at age 12, in her awkward phase braces, glasses, acne, holding her science fair project on why my mom's cooking is the best. She got a C+ because it wasn't scientific enough. Keisha at age 14, at a family reunion, caught mid-bite of a hot dog with the most unflattering expression imaginable. Keisha at age 16, dressed for homecoming with her date, a boy named Timothy who she'd broken up with 2 weeks later and then cried about for a month. I selected about 20 pictures total, some cute, some awkward, all of them the kind of photos that kids really don't want shared publicly when they're adults trying to maintain a polished online presence. Then I got on my computer, scanned them all, and started creating Instagram posts. But here's the thing. I wasn't just going to dump these photos online like some kind of amateur. No. Keisha wanted to see if I understood social media. I was about to show her I understood it perfectly. I spent hours crafting captions. Each one told a story about the photo, included memories, used appropriate hashtags, the right ones, I might add, because I'd done my research. And most importantly, each one was timed for maximum visibility. I created a whole content strategy, because that's what you do when you understand social media, right, Keisha? The first post went up on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. peak Instagram time, according to the articles I'd read. It was the potty picture. The caption read, "Throwback Saturday. This is my daughter Keisha at age 3. So proud of herself for using the potty like a big girl. She insisted I take this picture to show Grandma. Swipe to see baby Keisha's other major accomplishments. Number Throwback Saturday, number Proud Mom, number Baby Keisha, number Motherhood Memories, number Embarrassing Mom Moment, number My Baby Girl, number Keisha Through the Years." I'd created a carousel post. That's what Instagram calls it, when you put multiple pictures in one post. So when people swiped, they saw the potty picture, then the chocolate cake face, then the bad haircut. Within 30 minutes, the post had 50 likes. Within an hour, 100. My phone was blowing up with comments. "Pat, these are adorable. Oh my goodness, I remember when Keisha cut her own hair. This is the cutest throwback." And then, about 90 minutes after I posted, Keisha called. "Mom, what are you doing?" "Good morning, sweetheart. I'm having coffee. How are you? Why did you post those pictures of me?" "I'm sharing memories with family and friends. Using social media the way I've learned to use it. Those pictures are embarrassing. Take them down." "Embarrassing?" "Keisha, they're adorable childhood photos. Everyone thinks they're cute. Mom, I have 47,000 followers. My entire network can see these. Actually, only my 200 followers can see them. Unless, did you share them to your story or something?" Silence. "Keisha, did you share my post?" "I was tagging myself to ask you to take it down, but Instagram made it visible to my followers when I tagged myself in your post." I had to bite my lip to keep from laughing. She'd accidentally amplified the very post she was trying to get taken down. "Well, that's interesting. So now your 47,000 followers have seen you as a potty training toddler." "Mom, this isn't funny. This is my professional image. And my garden post was my personal expression that you publicly criticized. I guess we're even." "That's completely different." "Is it? You told me I don't understand social media. I'm showing you that I understand it perfectly. I know about optimal posting times. I know about carousel posts. I know about hashtags that actually reach people. And I know about creating content that generates engagement. This post has more likes in 2 hours than most of my posts get in a week. Because you posted embarrassing pictures of me. I posted memories of you growing up. If you're embarrassed by your childhood, that's something you might want to examine. Take them down. Now." No. The silence on the other end was deafening. "What do you mean, no?" "I mean, no. I'm not taking them down. In fact, I have about 17 more pictures queued up for the next few weeks. I'm doing a whole series called Keisha Through the Years. Tomorrow's post features you at age 12 with your science project. Wednesday is your awkward middle school phase. Friday is prom. Next week, I'm posting the video of you singing I Will Always Love You at the talent show when you were 15. You remember that, right? When you forgot the words halfway through and just started humming? You wouldn't. Try me. See, Keisha, the thing about social media is that once you understand how it works, you can use it very strategically. And right now, I'm using it to teach you a lesson about respect. This is blackmail. This is parenting. You want me to stop? Here are my terms. First, you apologize publicly on my garden post. A real apology, not a half-hearted, sorry if I offended anyone. Second, You stop treating me like I'm an idiot who doesn't understand technology. I've been using computers since before you were born. I understand social media just fine. I simply choose to use it differently than you do. And third, you acknowledge that your daughter's birthday party should be about her, not about your content creation. You can't be serious. I'm very serious. You have until tomorrow morning. If I don't see that apology, the science project picture goes live. I hung up. Marcus called me 5 minutes later, laughing so hard he could barely speak. Mom, I just saw your post. Keisha is losing her mind. I know, she just called me. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Please tell me you're actually going to post more. Only if she doesn't apologize. I kind of hope she doesn't apologize, he admitted. I really want to see that science project picture again. My sister Denise called next. Patricia Robinson, what have you done? Taught my daughter a lesson. By posting potty pictures on the internet? By showing her that I understand social media better than she thinks I do. Denise was quiet for a moment, then started laughing. You know what? She had it coming. The way she talked to you at the barbecue, taking your phone out of your hand like you were a child, yeah, she needed to be taken down a peg. Thank you. But Pat? Be careful. Keisha's got a lot of pride. This might get worse before it gets better. She was right. By that evening, Keisha had posted on her own Instagram stories a series of messages about boundaries and consent and respecting people's privacy. She never mentioned me by name, but it was obvious who she was talking about. Just a reminder to everyone that posting pictures of people without their consent, especially embarrassing pictures, is a violation of trust and respect, even if that person is your family member. Maybe especially if that person is your family member. Boundaries matter, y'all. The responses from her followers were mixed. Some agreed with her. Others were confused about what had happened. And several, quite a few, actually said things like, "But didn't you just post a whole video of your daughter's birthday party without asking her if that was okay?" That comment got a lot of likes. Keisha deleted her stories within an hour. Sunday morning arrived. No apology on my garden post. So at 9 a.m. sharp, I posted the science project picture. The caption read, "Science Fair Sunday. Keisha at age 12, with her award-winning project, Why My Mom's Cooking is the Best." She interviewed family members, took surveys, and presented a comprehensive report on what makes mom's mac and cheese superior. The judges gave her a C+ for lack of scientific rigor, but in my heart, she got an A+ for creativity and good taste. Number, Science Fair. Number, Proud Mom Moment. Number, Mac and Cheese. Number, Throwback Sunday. Number, Keisha Memories. Number, Family Love. Within 20 minutes, my phone rang. It was my son Marcus. "Mom, Keisha just called me crying. She says you're humiliating her on purpose." I'm sharing family memories. Mom, you know that's not all this is. You're right. It's also a lesson in how it feels to be publicly corrected by someone who thinks they know better than you. She gets it, Mom. She's genuinely upset. So was I, when she publicly told me I don't understand social media. I know. And she was wrong. But Mom, you've made your point. Everyone can see you know exactly what you're doing. You've kind of become a legend in the family group chat. Aunt Denise is calling you Petty Pat as a term of endearment. I had to smile at that. Marcus, I'm not trying to humiliate her forever. I'm trying to get her to understand that respect goes both ways. She thinks because she has more followers and makes money from social media that she's the expert on how everyone should use it. She needs to learn that different people have different goals, and that's okay. I agree. But maybe you could tell her that instead of posting more baby pictures? I tried telling her that. She told me I was being sensitive and hung up on me. Fair point. Okay, keep posting. Maybe the homecoming picture next? I laughed. You're supposed to be mediating, not encouraging me. I contain multitudes, Mom. After I hung up with Marcus, I sat with my coffee and thought about what I was doing. Was I being petty? Absolutely. Was I being vindictive? Maybe a little. Was I being unfair? I didn't think so. Keisha had spent months talking down to me, treating me like I was incompetent, publicly correcting me, and dismissing my feelings when I told her it bothered me. Sometimes people need to experience their own medicine to understand why it tastes so bitter. But I'm not cruel. I didn't want to genuinely hurt my daughter. I wanted to teach her something. So I sent her a text. Keisha, I love you. You're brilliant, creative, and you've built something impressive with your social media career. But you've forgotten that being good at something doesn't give you the right to treat others like they're less than because they do it differently. I use social media to connect with people I love. You use it to build a brand and make money. Both are valid. When you can respect my choice the way I respect yours, I'll stop posting throwback pictures. The ball is in your court. Love, Mom. She didn't respond that day. Or Monday, Tuesday afternoon. She showed up at my house. I was in the garden, ironically working on the very tomato plants that had started this whole mess when I heard the gate open. Mom, I turned around. Keisha looked tired. Her hair was in a messy bun, she wasn't wearing makeup, and she was in sweatpants and a t-shirt, definitely not her usual Instagram-ready appearance. Hi, baby. Want some lemonade? I want to talk. We went inside and sat at the kitchen table where we'd had hundreds of conversations over the years. Serious talks, silly talks, heart-to-hearts, and arguments. This was shaping up to be all of the above. I'm sorry, Keisha said finally. Not because you forced me to apologize, but because I genuinely am sorry. I've been thinking about this for 3 days, and you're right. I have been treating you like you don't know what you're doing. Thank you. But I need you to understand where I was coming from, she continued. This is my job, Mom. I've built my entire career on understanding these platforms. And when I see you or Aunt Denise or anyone in the family using them in ways that could be better, my instinct is to help, to teach. That's what I do professionally. I understand that, I said. But Keisha, I'm not your client. I'm your mother. And I don't need you to optimize my Instagram strategy, because I'm not trying to grow a following. I'm trying to share pictures of my garden with Aunt Denise and my friends from church. I get that now, she said. But it's hard for me to turn off that part of my brain that wants to fix and improve and optimize. Then you need to learn when to turn it off, I said gently, because not everything needs to be optimized. Sometimes a tomato picture is just a tomato picture, and that's enough. She smiled a little. I also need to apologize for what I said on the phone about you being 65 and not understanding technology. That was disrespectful and untrue. You obviously understand social media perfectly well. You've been playing me like a fiddle for 3 days. I learned from the best, I said. You're very good at what you do, Keisha. I'm proud of you. But you can be good at something and still not know everything about it. Social media is a tool. You use it one way, I use it another way. Neither of us is wrong. But my way is more effective, she said automatically, then caught herself. Sorry. That's the expert brain talking again. More effective at what? I challenged. Getting followers? Making money? Sure. But my way is more effective at keeping me connected to people I care about. So effective is relative to the goal. She nodded slowly. You're right. I've been so focused on metrics and growth and engagement that I forgot why I got into this in the first place. I started my Instagram account because I liked sharing parts of my life. Now it feels like my whole life is about creating content to share. Maybe you need to find a balance, I suggested. Maybe Arya's birthday party can just be a birthday party sometimes, without worrying about whether it's good content. I've been thinking about that too, she admitted. I watched the videos I took at her party, and I'm barely in any of them. I'm always behind the camera, directing, filming. At one point, Arya asked me to play with her, and I told her I couldn't because I was filming. What kind of mother does that? A mother who's learning, I said. We all make mistakes, Keisha. The question is whether we learn from them. She was quiet for a moment, then said, Will you please take down the posts? Are you going to publicly apologize on my garden post? Yes, a real apology. And Mom, I'm also going to post something about this whole situation. Not the specific details, but about how I learned that being an expert doesn't mean you know everything, and how my mom just taught me a valuable lesson about respect and humility using the very platform I thought I knew everything about. Will that hurt your brand? I asked, only half joking. Honestly, it'll probably help it. People like authenticity, and this is about as authentic as it gets. Getting called out by your own mother and having to admit you were wrong. I smiled. Okay, when I see your apology, I'll take down the posts. Thank you. She paused. Can I ask you something? Of course. Were you really going to post the talent show video? I grinned. Absolutely. I have it queued up for Friday. She laughed, a real, genuine laugh. You're savage, Mom. I'm strategic, I corrected. There's a difference. That evening, Keisha posted a real apology on my garden post. Mom, I owe you an apology. I've been treating you like you don't understand social media when the truth is, you understand it perfectly. You just use it differently than I do. And that's not only okay, it's valid. I'm sorry for publicly correcting you, for being condescending, and for not respecting your choices. You've been gracious enough to teach me a lesson I clearly needed to learn. Your garden is beautiful, your captions are thoughtful, and your hashtags are just fine. I love you. Within minutes, the comments poured in. This is the sweetest thing I've seen all day. Takes courage to apologize publicly, Keisha. Well done. I hope my daughter loves me enough to call me out when I'm wrong. Keisha also posted on her own account. Lesson learned this week. Being an expert in something doesn't mean you get to tell everyone else they're doing it wrong. My mom taught me a valuable lesson about respect, humility, and the fact that there's more than one way to use social media. She also reminded me that sometimes your family members know more than you give them credit for. Love you, Mom. Thanks for keeping me humble. Number family first. Number humility check. Number learn from your elders. Number mom knows best. That post got over 5,000 likes and hundreds of comments, mostly from other people sharing stories about their parents surprising them with unexpected tech skills or teaching them lessons in creative ways. Several of Keisha's fellow influencers commented, "This is so real. Sometimes we need our parents to remind us we don't know everything. Your mom sounds amazing. Can she adopt me?" The way our parents surprise us when we underestimate them. I took down the posts, not because I had to, but because the lesson had been learned. The apology had been made, and there was no point in prolonging Keisha's embarrassment. But I kept the pictures in a special folder on my computer labeled insurance policy, just in case. The following Sunday, Keisha came to visit with Arya. We spent the afternoon in the garden together, no phones out, no cameras rolling, just 3 generations digging in the dirt and enjoying each other's company. At one point, Arya asked, "Grandma, can I take a picture of the tomatoes to show Daddy?" "Of course, sweetheart." She took the picture with Keisha's phone, then immediately tried to post it to Instagram, before Keisha gently stopped her. "Baby, let's just send it to Daddy privately," Keisha said. "Not everything needs to go on Instagram." I caught her eye and smiled. She smiled back. "I'm learning," she said quietly. "We all are," I replied. A week later, Keisha invited me to be a guest on her Instagram stories. She wanted to do a segment called Tech Tips from My Mom, where I'd share how older adults can use social media to stay connected with family. "Are you sure?" I asked. "Won't that hurt your credibility as a tech expert?" "Are you kidding? My followers loved the story about you teaching me a lesson. They've been asking to meet you. Plus, Mom, you have wisdom I don't have. You understand the human connection part of social media in a way that I sometimes forget because I'm so focused on the business part." So, I did it. We filmed a casual conversation where I talked about why I use social media to share moments with people I love, how I decide what to post if it makes me smile or would make someone else smile. It's worth sharing. And my philosophy on engagement, quality connections over quantity of followers. The response was overwhelming. Keisha gained 3,000 followers that week, and dozens of people commented saying they were going to call their parents and apologize for underestimating them, or that they were going to be more patient teaching their parents how to use technology. Someone commented, "Keisha's mom is the influencer we didn't know we needed." Another said, "Can Patricia start her own account?" I'd follow her immediately. I declined to start my own influencer account, but I did start posting more regularly on my personal Instagram. Not because I was trying to grow a following, but because I'd been reminded that sharing my life, my garden, my cooking, my small everyday joys was valuable, even if it didn't look like what everyone else was doing. And Keisha? She started posting less frequently and more intentionally. She still works as an influencer, but she's been more thoughtful about what she shares. She started a no-phone Saturday rule with Aria. She stopped filming every single family event. At Aria's 6th birthday party, which happened just last week, Keisha showed up with her phone in her purse. She took a few photos throughout the party, but mostly she was just present, playing with Aria, talking with the other parents, eating cake. At one point, I pulled out my phone to take a picture of Aria blowing out her candles. "Mom, do you want me to take the picture for you?" Keisha offered. "I can make sure the lighting is good." "I've got it," I said, smiling. "But thank you for offering without being condescending about it." She laughed. "I really did have that coming, didn't I?" "You really did. Are you ever going to let me live that down?" "Probably not," I admitted. "But I'll stop bringing it up in about 20 years. "Great," she said. "Something to look forward to." I took my picture of Aria and her birthday candles. It was slightly out of focus, the lighting wasn't perfect, and I didn't edit it or use filters. I posted it anyway, with the caption, "My beautiful granddaughter Aria, turning 6. May she grow up knowing that she's perfect exactly as she is, without filters or edits or any need to perform for an audience. Happy birthday, baby girl. Grandma loves you." Keisha commented immediately. "Perfect post, Mom." And this time, I knew she meant it. Like this video if it touched something in you. Subscribe if you want to hear more stories about what it means to be human, to be family, and to choose love, even when it's complicated. I'll see you next time.